Live. This is meteorologist Andrew Pinero with another weekly weather podcast. For this week, we're going to be talking about the usual 7-day forecast, a small update on the drought situation, and also since Halloween was this past Monday, we're going to be talking about a little bit of spooky weather and some different spooky weather phenomenon. So let's start by taking a look at the 7-day forecast. For the rest of your day today, it's going to be nice and warm. The overnight lows aren't going to be too bad, maybe getting into the upper 40s to the low 50s. Then tomorrow, it's also going to be a warm day to start, but we will see some periods of showers throughout the day. More so in the afternoon, we could even see a brief period of rain that's with a cold front that's making its way through. We will be seeing that also making its way through later on in the afternoon. That will be drying out, cooling down the temperatures. We're going to see a big drop in temperatures for Friday. We're going to be back at that seasonal mark right around that 60-degree mark. And then that's pretty much going to be it for the rest of the week with warm temperatures. Once we get into the weekend, we're going to see temperatures back at the 50-degree mark. Then that's going to be pretty much where it's going to stay for the rest of next week. And the only time we're going to see some showers, it looks like, or periods of rain is just for Thursday. This weekend looks very nice, so if you're going out to any kind of sporting events or outdoor activities, it looks like it's going to be beautiful, maybe a little bit breezy at certain times, so definitely bundle up, especially with high temperatures right around the 50-degree mark. Going into next week, it looks like it's going to be not too bad. We're going to see partly to mostly sunny conditions, but again, chilly with those temperatures only topping off in the low 50s and overnight lows getting down to the low 40s. And the further north you go into the Hudson Valley area, we could even see the lows getting down into the 30s. Now let's give a little update on the drought situation. I'm going to switch over to my second camera here, and we're going to see pretty much throughout all the tri-state region, we are in this severe drought category. If I move the camera over just a tiny bit, the orange area here, that's severe drought. The red, that was extreme drought. Last week, it was more so in western New York. That has gotten a bit better. But throughout the tri-state region, we're pretty much in this severe drought. So we do really need some of the rain. And we're pretty much between a 9 to a 10 or 11-inch rain deficit on the year. So we do need a lot of the rain. So now on to something a little bit more fun with Halloween that just passed. Some spooky weather. The first thing we're going to talk about is something called ball lightning. I don't know if you've ever heard of this before. This page here is from howstuffworks.com. Ball lightning doesn't really exist. What ball lightning basically is, if you read through here, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, it's a type of lightning, but basically it's just a ball of plasma that floats around over top the ground. Sometimes it's associated with a lightning strike itself. After a lightning strike, it could leave residual ball lightning. That may also be like sometimes you see on those ghost hunting shows, there's a ball of light in the middle of the woods. It may be associated with something called ball lightning. It can, according to this article, go back as far as the ancient Greeks and going up to the 18th centuries where the first recorded incident of ball lightning has occurred. It does say it has killed people before. I don't know about that. I've personally never seen ball lightning, but it's one of those spooky weather phenomenon that is out there, but very little is on it, so it's not very understood. Next up, we're going to have something called a magnetic abnormality that is more commonly called fog or electronic fog in the Bermuda Triangle. In the Bermuda Triangle, this is one of the prevailing theories out there, is this electronic fog. When planes fly through the clouds, the fog or the cloud itself can be electrified. I don't know how true this is either, but this article was kind of interesting. The electronic fog in the area can affect the pilot themselves, and also it could affect the instruments. So that's where, I think it was Flight 19 that was the one that mysteriously disappeared in Bermuda Triangle. That's because it's possible the electronic fog could have affected it. So there's another spooky weather phenomenon in the Bermuda Triangle specifically here. Next one up is something a little bit interesting. It's called St. Elmo's Fire, and it has nothing to do with the movie, and it has nothing to do with fire itself. St. Elmo's fire does have to do with a thunderstorm, but it has to do with electrical discharges on very high areas like a flagpole or a telephone line. I did find this picture online. I don't know exactly where it's from. It looks like it's on the top of a mast of a ship. So right here you can see at the very top these little purple things that are sticking out. That's basically plasma that's coming right out from the top of the mast there. That is what St. Elmo's fire is in terms of weather phenomena. It is related to thunderstorms. Basically, it's mini lightning, you kind of think of it, reaching out from the top of a post. It's not actual lightning coming out of a cloud. It just has to do with electrifying the air around a thunderstorm in certain areas of the world. This particular one has to do with a ship, but it can be also seen on land in some areas. So then, this is meteorologist Andrew Pinero with another weather podcast. We will be back next week. Next week, I'll give a little bit more detail on what I'm thinking some areas of the tri-state will be dealing with in terms of the winter weather outlook with snow areas. Overall, throughout the tri-state, I talked about this last week, that we are going to see maybe a wetter, meaning snowier type of winter, and also a little bit cooler. I'll give a bit more details next week, possibly the week after. So this is meteorologist Andrew Pinero signing off with another weekly weather podcast. Have a great day, everyone, and enjoy the warmth while you can.